Shinglaju Varsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Gandirya Dayami
Sangye
Chudam Zoki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuji Dagi Chanyen Gibe Sanam Gi Drola Benshir Sangye Drubarsho
Sangye
Chudam Zoki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuji Dagi Chanyen Gibe Sunam Gi Drola Benshir Sangye Drubarsho
Sangye
Chudam Zoki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuji Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Gi Drola Benshir Sangye Drubarsho
Smoky Doki.
So real quick,
Homework.
Well, real quick, guys. Please remember
The microphone.
microphone.
Not a phone. Okay.
Please remember that in 1 week's time from today, starting tomorrow, counting tomorrow, you guys, each of us translators that is the primary translator. Are we all here except for Adam right now? No, Seiji's also not here. So Stanley and Allison are all.
5 of them are not
All the
here.
people that I desperately need to remind. Okay, I'll send an email tonight. But for the 4 of us that are, we gotta submit a thing in a week that has 3 real apps made from the material we covered this term.
Of your own translation?
Of your own translation.
Ooh.
Of your own translation. 3 real
Okay.
apps. These are for our illustrious Dr. Sponsor. And he's paying our salaries and, he's making this place possible. So I just want to remind you that it's not even that I care that much, but you have to do it. For that reason.
Not a big
Is this
deal.
yours?
Happy to do it.
This is not it. Well, this is an example of a template that thank you, Tim, started throwing together. Because we were also brainstorming ways to use this information to find further sponsoring, so we're not dependent on one sponsor.
Yeah.
Luckily, that sponsor's been amazing thus far, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We love our jobs. This is the most amazing career that any of us could dream of, and we don't want it to change, and we want it to continue. And hey,
Make them happy.
maybe we'll have raises one day.
Make your sponsor raise. Oh man, you're having a.
But I'm
You must
saying,
have.
we want to
You
diversify.
must have eaten some marijuana or something.
Not lately. We want to diversify our sponsor portfolio. So Tim and I, along with other members of our staff, have been brainstorming how to do that. We want to use this stuff for fundraising. We're also working on creating content that's available for subscription, which I'll tell you guys more about sometime in the future.
I think we're gonna announce it this afternoon.
Oh, cool. All right.
Okay.
Wow. So,
Maybe I'll even do it online. Let's see.
okay. That's cool. It's coming. We don't have much fleshed out yet, but that's
I got a flyer from the Shintenets gang, so
about subscribed content.
yeah.
Oh no, that's about the 108 books.
Yeah, underneath books.
Okay, so it's
Oh, you got a different idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about electronic.
You're talking
stuff.
about Jeff Wellman stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
God bless.
and so please do this thing, and we're going to use it for various things. And on another note, we're probably going to try to do some teaching. Each of us teaching our texts via online means,
Yay!
so that we can teach.
Mr. Ye can teach you what to do.
So that we can teach people how to translate our books into other languages. So I hope that I'll work on managing that and creating a schedule and figuring out times that we can all participate in that together. And it's a long-term view. And I think it's going to benefit all of us and the world. Thank you.
All right, homework
You were
time.
saying something. I'm sorry. You were just saying something about real app format. Is that a format that you?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I will send everybody a template. Tim started putting it together. I'm going to check it. We're going to finalize it. Send everybody a template because it all has to be in the same format. So
Explain real app to our
Give
guests.
us also the
Luna.
following structure you'd like.
Dr.
Okay. I will.
Explain real app.
Real app means you're going to take the information that's in the books that we're working on translating, mine them, and we're going
Mine
to
them.
find information that can be converted into stuff that we can teach to audiences who aren't necessarily interested in Buddhist psychology or just the random things that we're studying. Not random, but the various things that we are studying, and make it applicable to their lives. And everything will contain, what did she say? A catchy title, a beautiful photo.
Beautiful.
It's going to be authentic from the scriptures that we're studying and relevant to people's lives. So we all have to do that. We're going to make 3 of them from the content that we're digging out of our books this time.
Yeah, and we teach about, for example, in Muslim countries, every year we teach about 4,000 or 5,000 people. So we want things that we can use for people, other traditions. By the way, I'd like to welcome Victor Gonzalez, who's working for the college. He's going to take photos today. Half the people are gone taking their final exams.
Yeah.
So try to take lots of photos of this handsome guy.
Christina, would you come sit here? I feel a little lonely.
Yeah, a lot of our staff is gone taking their final.
My wife's building a yoga studio.
But Victor's done a very, very good job in keeping the college going. He's helped Scott and Noreen immensely. He's doing amazing Facebook posts. Someone asked me a few days ago, they said, I can see you hired a professional company to do your Facebook. Wow. And I said, no, that's a guy named Victor. So I want to thank you for that.
Since we're thanking people, I also want to thank Tim for archiving all this.
Yay! He's the Butterphone master.
Yeah, Butterphone master. Without him, we wouldn't be able to do our 6 weeks of translation because he's making it all available to us.
And there's about 3,000 people have watched the videos, right?
Yeah,
Something like
3,000 subscribers.
Subscribers.
Yeah, to the Tibetan language.
By accident, and we didn't tell anybody. They just found it. And
Yeah, so if we really
cool.
push it, we'll hit 10,000.
Exactly.
Then we can start making.
we're very good at not sharing our stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, we're really good at that.
I share.
You're
every
ruining our reputation. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Homework first.
So here's the verse. This is Nagarjuna's last verse and this is my very provisional translation, just for the sake of you guys having something to look at for this. If you don't read Tibetan perfectly, which we don't. So this is the verse that we're looking at right now.
Explain it. I'm curious.
Well.
It's supposed to have a Tyongir in it. Two Tyongirs.
Well, I that's kind of
sorry.
going to get into my homework questions.
Okay,
so let's try that. I'll go back to the verse if you need.
Okay.
The first half of Arya Nagarjuna's verse is what's it say for those people who can't read Tibetan? Taungir. What's a Taungir?
It's not
It's an absurd consequence.
Yeah, it's a
Give us an example.
Someone says all fruits are yellow,
Good.
and then you say, "Oh, I guess a banana's not."
I guess apples
No,
are
an
yellow.
apple.
they say all fruits are red. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, apples aren't a fruit then.
Or you can say, I guess apples are. Yeah.
Apples are vegetables.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess oranges are yellow.
All orange things are fruits. Oh, so I guess traffic cones are fruits.
Okay.
All right.
It's
so
a sarcastic statement.
the first half of the verse is a Taungir, right? This is what Gyaltsab Je is saying. So, what are the components of the Taungir? Anybody remember? Geshe Michael broke it down for us.
I did it super simple.
Yeah.
Chichen Sawa.
Selj?
Wait. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me be more.
You want the
I
actual
explain this.
content.
Yeah. What are the components of the Taungir that Gyaltsab Je is implying or
Can we
saying?
see the-
Yeah. Consider.
Wait, we'll read the thing.
Yeah.
Some relationship between cessation and things that were made.
By the way, use their idea as the reason. Let's take this.
Right.
I guess that because according to you, Okay, use it that. Use
The
that.
second part's the absurd
Let's
part,
take nirvana without remainder.
basically, right?
Okay, good. Yeah, go ahead.
It's good,
take
yeah.
Let's take nirvana without the remainder.
Okay, it's just nirvana in this case. It's just cessation.
But
So
it's referring to that, isn't it? Or no?
Later.
that's yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Let's take nirvana.
that's good. Hold on.
Now you gotta say something ridiculous,
Oh.
and then you have to say what he said.
Yeah. Do you want me to go back to
No,
the verse?
no one achieved it.
Good.
That's a later.
That's later.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Am I mixing
First
it up?
half
Yeah.
of Aryanagarjuna's verse.
Jay, look again. We're
Oh,
in
it
every.
just comes from seeing samsara, streets of samsara.
I guess.
No, I guess it doesn't.
I guess it's yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Take-
it's not a knowledge of how things work.
Oops, sorry.
Okay.
I guess it's not achieved through perfect understanding of produced things.
Meaning of samsara.
Yeah, yeah. He says
Because Nagarjuna said a very controversial thing. What did he say?
Nirvana is the knowledge of samsara.
yeah, Nagarjuna said that right, and
If you
he's saying,
understand samsara.
and now he's saying, I guess it's not
That's
that.
what I mean.
Yeah,
Right. Because
Because it's so
Because
destruction.
it has nothing to do
Yeah,
with
yeah.
understanding produced things.
no, because what he said, because it's accomplished through destruction of the heaps.
yeah, when you disappear, that's nirvana. So I guess according to you, nirvana can't involve understanding the emptiness of samsara because it's the end of samsara.
Right. And
Okay.
if you accomplish the destruction of the heaps, then that also means you're Shiva.
And Geshe-la threw this in when he,
I guess nobody too.
but that's actually coming.
Something like that,
that's
yeah.
coming. The second half of Aryanagarjuna's verse discusses two things. What are
Nice
they?
question.
With
Yeah.
remainder and without.
Yeah.
Yeah, nirvana with
without
remainder and nirvana with remainder.
Yeah, in this order for now.
Yeah, and it's
Man.
kind of interesting that it goes in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's teaching to the lower schools, yeah?
I meant to
I
ask.
guess,
Oh, no,
yeah.
no, you're right. You're
No,
right.
it,
The other
you're
way around.
right. No, you're right. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Or unless he's
Yeah.
trying to make him go, what?
Yeah, maybe. And maybe it's just
I
random.
think it fits his argument better.
Sure.
Right, yeah, because he keeps going there talking about how the person's briefly describe the problems with the lower schools' versions of these divisions of nirvana.
There's two specific problems.
Because
If you,
if you achieve nirvana without remainder, if you blink out,
yeah,
then there's no one there that it's achieved nirvana.
Yeah, for Lakme, there's no one who achieves the goal.
and then there would be no arhats.
Uh-huh.
That the idea arhat would be impossible. The person who reached nirvana would be impossible. If nirvana means you disappear, then there's nobody who can say, we can say, oh, Victor reached nirvana.
You can say a person who's
Because the lower school says you disappear when you reach nirvana. So there's nobody around in the world who reached nirvana.
Yeah.
okay.
And if there's someone around who did,
If there is something
Wait,
left,
wait, don't tell them.
oh, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
yeah, if there's someone around who did achieve nirvana and they still have the suffering heaps, then what the heck did they achieve?
Yeah, what the heck kind of nirvana is that?
Yeah, because in the last class, right, in Stanley's class, we said an arhat can still have their body, which was produced by dirty things.
Right.
Okay, so if they still have a body which is produced by dirty things, then how can you call it freedom from suffering?
Cool. I said no goal to achieve just to sum it up real quick and keep the PowerPoint looking pretty.
Lots of white space.
Okay.
But yes. Okay, a couple of Tibetan phrases.
Uh-oh,
Yeah, those were easy, so.
this is a little weird, but
Cheer.
Oh, is it? I mean,
it's a head letter. S is a head letter.
oh, huh.
Yeah.
I don't know why it came out that way.
It's just some kind of program thing.
Yeah, the font. Okay, so let's try the first one. Tak ngama.
Doc, you gotta get your T's, man. Doc.
Tak.
No.
That's not what I previously said.
Cheer. No. Try ngama together is one thing.
But that's normal means
It's not previous.
Ngunma. Ngunma.
not before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previous.
Because that is what I said before.
Basically.
Okay.
Tak. What tak?
The thing I presented, right? Or
Tak. Then
Reason?
reason.
Usually when they say tagnama, it's often a split reason.
Oh.
I don't think it's the case here, but normally it's the first part of a split reason.
Ah. For the same reason. as
That's
before.
fine, yeah.
What is this kid, Saka?
this one. Oh, it should be a.
Sao?
It's supposed to be a head
Oh,
letter.
Sakataka.
Yeah.
It just got. Okay.
I don't know why it didn't go.
Sometimes the program's weird.
Yeah, Word keeps telling. I mean, Microsoft keeps telling me to download like 1,000 more fonts. So
Do it.
I will. I just. Yes.
Army Kiwi.
Because I didn't say it again.
No.
No, because
Oh, this is an important expression.
Is
here.
it idiom?
It relates to. I'll give you guys a hint. It relates to.
wasn't in
Hawk
form
May.
before.
Because there's nothing
Didn't come
again.
first. Didn't come
There's
before.
nothing there still. There's nothing left.
I'm throwing Ali Pingo.
Laryang.
We're along the right.
Again, Larjon is again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
Mike.
Okay.
But
not-
You're choking
Not
off
born.
Cannot
classes?
start again.
Yeah.
Cannot start again. Yeah. Why? What's the usual reason?
No seats.
We had it in his
No
text.
more negativities. You can't create any more.
Because there's nothing there.
Lack of seats.
There's no fuel. Yeah, the causes and conditions are
right.
choke off.
Oh, right.
You can have a seed there, but if there's no sunlight, if there's no water, if there's no fertilizer, the thing will die. There's in Buddhism, there's two ways to stop your negativities, and one is just to choke them off, choke off their food. Okay. Yeah, that's called larmikiwi. Yeah.
Cool.
As opposed to pang.
Eliminate altogether. Like,
Yeah, as opposed to giving them up, you just choke off their food. Okay.
Yeah, that is my book.
Okay. You take the plane, boss.
Okay. Provisional. Okay. Baldly provisional.
Boldly even.
Meaning, I'm not claiming it's anything more than provisional. What do I do?
Go to the text. Or you did it. You did the thing.
You're on this monitor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm still working on it, but here's where I got so far. We'll refine it by the time we edit it. Okay. So please read.
Ko chak la nipa me te pak pa shari pu la sope rang shin kieme kingo pa te ngun sum tu che pe chir.
Delicate sentence, okay? That's Gyaltsab J. He's the hardest author I think I know. He got the hardest book there is.
In existence.
Koachak, us
Us
guys.
guys.
Okay, Nyepa
There's
me.
no problem.
Yeah, we don't have the problems that you have.
Uh-huh.
Okay, about our ideas of nirvana are better than your ideas about nirvana because we got.
Shariputra speaking
the
that
Arya,
sutra.
another cat.
Yeah, we have an Arya named Shariputra, who's the hero of the
Heart Sutra.
Heart Sutra. Why is he called Shariputra?
Because he's the son of Sharika.
Good, nice. Putra means son, and Sharika is his mom's name, so he's called Shariputra. He also has another name, which is Senring, I think. Long
I have it in
fingernail.
Sanskrit in a text I sent
Long
to you.
fingernail. Naraka. Nakana. Anyway.
It's
Nakana?
no.
Fingernail. Nakana, I think. Nakanavad or something.
Nope.
Anyway. Something like that. We're coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're gonna hit it.
Yeah, we're gonna hit it, etc. And other such guys. They, what's ngunsum to che? It's an idiom.
Directly.
According to what they directly saw?
No che, not
By. Oh,
Did.
Called.
They did.
They-
They directly.
they actualized.
Actual.
They brought into being.
Okay.
Okay, they brought about. Say brought about.
Brought about
Ngunsum to che. They brought about gokpa.
cessation or nirvana
Yeah.
in this case.
Yeah. In which there was no growing of stained things or pain, but which could have started on its own.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, tricky.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, we don't have the problems that you have because we say Shariputra brought about a cessation of rebirth that could have come on its own.
Brought about a cessation.
Of rebirth.
What's
That
The rebirth could have come on its
Came-
own.
where a cessation where there was no longer any birth,
A
which
cessation-
could have
wow.
started on its own. Okay, so be careful.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Or
Yeah,
the
He brought about a cessation of any further birth,
which could have.
birth which could have happened on its own.
Fascinating.
Whoa.
Because our big thing in this section is when we refer to the word birth or starting,
Right.
we must do it in a Nagarjunian way, not from its own side.
The cessation of birth, which could have started on its own, meaning cessation of thinking of births as things.
Yeah, you can say that too.
We hope
Yeah.
he means that.
Is it uncontrollably recurring births?
A birth which is not coming from your seeds.
Yeah.
That's all.
The
Which is
dominant
coming.
kid.
It's a pen. It's a pen thing. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Shenyang, ngok ba ngun sum tu mi te te, ngak shi pung po, ngun sum du tok ne ngok ba shuk la tok bar mi te te.
Yeah.
Nekap der pung po kyomin du pei chi.
This is a really tough concept. Okay. Shenyang, moreover, I think it's problem with the other guy. Okay. But it could be wrong. I don't know. But I think it's the other guy. Gopa, Munsum did
Directly realizing the cessation is
the concept of bringing about a cessation. Okay. Which involves the word for
plus.
direct, okay, must be incorrect because to stop something, to put an end to something, assumes you have perceived that something.
Okay.
Okay, right. So
I stopped my mind means you must have looked at your mind
to know that
to know you stopped it.
So he's trying to support our position.
We're criticizing them because according to you, the mind would no longer have been there to decide it stopped.
How do you know it stopped?
But it could be him complaining to us because we're the ones who say the mind's not really there. So it could be a counter complaint.
Oh,
You know, he's saying if nirvana is to see the true nature of samsara, which is to see the true nature of your heaps, which is to see the true nature of your mind, then how can you say that you had a cessation because there's no mind to have the cessation?
that would be stepping away from what we've been
It'd be
talking.
weird for him to
I
say
think it's us, though.
Shenyang and then launch
Yeah,
into it.
Yeah, so anyway, Gakshi Pumbo. So Gakshi is where the absence is. You see?
Yeah, the thing that's
We had Gakshis in your text because we could have.
But don't give away the answers to my quiz.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, let's not go there.
Thank you.
Gakshi is where the thing is not. Okay, the Gakshi of the cup is here. There's no there's no cup there. Got it?
yep.
So this is called. In that case, the cup is the Gakja, and the Gakshi is here. Location where the thing is not. Okay, so Gakshi, Pumbo. Okay, the heaps is where the thing is not. Once it's the Tokne, the heaps is where your cessation is, right? Gopa Shula Tok means as you watch the heaps directly, then incidental to that Shugla, Sharla, Shorla,
That arising.
Shula, yeah. Incidentally to that, you perceive the cessation. Okay,
Yeah.
To look at the heaps and see a cessation of the heaps, you have to have a heaps to see that it's not
Right,
where the thing is no longer.
right.
Okay, mitete. Because nekap there pumbo kyumi dubeche. You say there's no heaps at that point.
Right.
So he must be talking to Shenlu.
Yeah. It's
But
us.
it's conceivable that he's describing Shenlu criticizing Ronglung, who said there's no real heaps there.
But it's a Shenyang, so it makes sense. The first.
I think it's the way I said it, but I'm just saying
It's open.
be careful because you got a really tricky guy talking.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not just like moreover, you can't say that you come
Yeah.
to a realization of the absence of the heaps because you said you ain't got no heaps.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Geshe, the name we found for Shariputra previously was Ashvajit.
Ashvajit.
In Tatul. horse, tamed horse.
Yeah.
He's also going to be called that later today. We're going to come back to Tatu.
Sweet.
Okay, go ahead.
What?
Musu topar mitete. Munsungi shepa rangsenki no yuchen to kelang te chiro.
Yeah. The idea is when you perceive something directly, it must be Rangsen and it cannot be Chitzen. That's the principle being discussed here.
Right.
Translate.
When you see something directly, it must be a manifestation,
Good.
not an archetype itself.
Good.
So whatever you're seeing is just like
When so generally when you see something directly,
yeah.
it must be the actual manifestation of the thing.
Boy,
It's
this
the
is
category,
actual-
it's the characteristic. It's
uncomfortable to talk
characteristic.
about in this school.
Yeah, and not the idea of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Maybe it's using the other guy's beliefs. I don't know.
I don't like my stuff
Okay.
not to get in.
So it's incorrect to say that you could have seen it directly, because when you use your direct perceptions, when the subject must be perceiving a thing which is Rangsen. Okay,
Right.
you agree to that. Okay.
Yeah. But what is he?
How is he saying that the guy's actually claiming the Chichen?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Well, if it's Shenluk talking to us, then emptiness is a Chitzen
Okay.
Oh, because it's Dakpa.
because it's a negative, right?
Yeah, right.
Maybe you can't see a real case of an emptiness.
Yeah, so you can't have Munsum because you.
It's a
because
concept.
Dakpa, and you can't have, which we learned in Adam's text, that your Shenyul,
Yeah.
right, can't be the actual working thing.
Yeah, so these two sentences, we have to think about it.
But if it's us talking to him, I wouldn't think they were talking about emptiness because they just were talking about seeing.
Well, in that case, it means you can't perceive arhatship. It's not possible because it's an idea and not a concrete object,
Okay.
according to you.
Right.
So it's probably not.
Probably.
Something there, some kind of problem with perceiving.
Yeah. Because they just
Arhatship.
use Minsum to
Because in
refer
your
to
school,
that.
Arhats
Yeah.
are black.
Just
If arhatship means
a blinking out.
a blinking out,
Yeah,
then
that's-
you can't perceive it
Right.
because
That's
it's
probably what it
you can't. Then he's playing with Mungir
is.
Yeah.
It's playing
to
with
achieve and to
directly perceived.
be concrete, directly perceived.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be a
Yeah.
Vincent
Because
Sema
they
or
can't
to
say
be
you
something
directly perceive a lack,
That's
because you
gotta
only
be what
perceive
it
it through.
I believe that's what it is.
It's very
But as you can see from the notes, I was having my own troubles with this.
Golly, that's neat.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, that's-
Okay, let's go a little more. Maybe we'll hit something where you can understand.
That's gonna be a hoot.
Tawachima.
By the way, when you get underwater, just swim ahead and then come back to it.
Sola
Yeah,
swimming
don't keep beating on it.
Paratrooper.
Come back to it the next day. Your mind will work on it overnight, and you'll come back and say, "Oh, obviously."
108th Airborne Division.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is calling in the special
Big-
forces.
overrun in Battle of the Bulge or something.
Dropping behind enemy lines. I don't know what that means.
Okay,
Tawa.
I think so.
Tawachima la sawatunpani. Lakche ki neka na dakir. Dakki. What?
Well,
Stop saying that.
there's an interesting block here because it's if it's Daki or Dakir or Dakis. There's three choices.
Well, there's only is one of them missing an R?
The block,
Oh, Dakir. I didn't see it.
the block says B, D, G, dot, G, Giku, and there's a piece chopped out of the block.
Oh my God.
And I think the Lama went back and said, take out this S or take out this R. But the block has been
Mangled.
the block has been altered, I think, purposely. But there is a space there, a blank space, where there was either an R or an S. If there was an S, it's more comfortable for me.
Okay.
An R is possible. Nothing is possible. You gotta find another carving.
I have
Okay.
two, I think.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll talk about it when we get to it. But go ahead, Kiowa.
Kewa se ching shik ko nyam pe sheba kanyim pa ba te yang jita ngyor te mirum war tel ram ki tseni ki kewe chi.
Come on, up or down, Nick.
Am I? I knew you were thinking that.
I'll go with the ambiguity.
We don't even know who's talking yet.
No.
Do tangelo.
Let's just go to the wording, and I think we gotta sit with it for a while. I can't, anyway.
Tell us. So in the latter proof,
The latter Tengyur, and if you go back and study this thing,
is he talking about the Tengyur that
Which is here.
Narjuna proposed? Yeah.
no, two Tengyurs, right?
Correct.
Well,
And the first one was Nirvana with no remainder, and the second one was Nirvana with
right.
remainder.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
good. The
The
latter.
latter.
The latter of your two
There were
Tengyurs.
three Tengyurs in the verse, really.
Oh man, I don't want
please.
to go there. So anyway, first you got to figure out what's the later Tengyur for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I believe it's the
Hoping
with
it's not
remainder.
Nirvana with remainder. Yeah.
I
that's-
believe so.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing so as well.
Okay.
Las
Says
Sawa
right there,
means
Flakche.
Sawa means are you telling me it's red?
The absurd
Are you, yeah. Right.
assertion.
Take all fruits, they are red because whatever.
They're red.
Then let's take a
Sawa,
banana.
The
Are
fruits
you
are red is the
are you telling me it's red? Is the telwa
Yeah.
Bananas are red.
So in
Sawa?
this
Sorry,
case,
Self.
there's no
red.
There's no.
Well,
It's the telwa.
bananas,
It's the
red bananas.
Right.
And in this case, it's that there's no nirvana to achieve because what nirvana would do
Dunbar.
achieve.
What's the equivalent of a sawa in a normal syllogism?
The
assertion.
The assertion. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Drupja.
Drupja.
Yeah, here it's selja.
Selja.
And you can say sel wei chu and you can say selwa. Okay, but selja, the statement.
Yeah.
Oh, bananas are red. So in a normal syllogism, the drupja is always correct or
parts.
false.
Correct. Well,
It's
we're
always
trying
correct.
to prove
Depends on
Yeah,
it's
it's always
correct.
correct.
Me
Yeah.
talking or
But
the
in a tengyur,
That's a good thing.
the drupja is always
Always a crazy statement.
yeah, it's always banana. So you're telling me bananas are red.
Yeah.
Somebody said all fruits are red, and then you say okay, bananas are red, right?
Yep.
That's the selwa.
Take bananas.
So just know where you are.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, Sawa.
Uh-huh.
Which kind of means the arhat still has a body. The arhat still has a body produced by mental afflictions.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's reached nirvana.
But yeah, didn't it go even further and just say what nirvana even exists?
No.
Okay. That's our.
Hakche,
Okay.
the Shenlu, the other guy's position.
Yeah.
The arhat, there is an arhat who still exists, who has a body, which is sansara,
Right.
and he's out of sansara.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
How does our Rangluk avoid this problem?
Because
we don't say that's not the meaning of flakche.
Remainder and without.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's no problem to have a flakche. It's no problem for the Arya to come back to seeing things coming from their own side. That's our flakche.
Arya.
We're not
Yeah,
naming
yeah.
his
Yeah,
name.
Arya.
Yeah, but when we talk about flakche, we're not talking about our. Oh yeah, we are. Yes.
Even if you
Kinda.
want to say Arhat,
Yeah.
do they still have a body? Yeah, you
Because
could say
for
that.
us, we're saying that he's still a loba anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's not on the path of.
So
Yeah.
let's go to the next sentence, which is the controversial one because of the carving. Flakche nekabna.
Wait, I'm sorry again. It says tumpa. Does that just mean as we taught before?
Oh, to show a selwa.
Okay.
Okay.
So
When you point out the selwa.
Okay.
I just
Oh, bananas are red.
because that's a high word for teach, isn't it?
Not really.
Okay.
When you indicate the bananas are red.
Okay.
Okay.
Flakche
Flakche
Time
nekabna.
of achieving.
Oh, by the way,
nirvana
here you
with
go.
remainder.
This is indicating the selwa.
Uh-huh.
Now we're supposed to get a ridiculous statement.
The knee. Is that what you're pointing to?
No, we're about to say bananas are red.
Right.
I'll give you the selwa. Here it is. I'll indicate to you the selwa. Here it is.
When we
Ni
achieve
means
nirvana with remainder.
good.
Da ki Kewasei
You've stopped.
Shigo.
You've stopped birth, and
So you do have a shepa.
Consciousness.
You do have a mental awareness where you are thinking,
I have destroyed.
I have stopped birth, rebirth, and I have destroyed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. In which case, Keys would be totally comfortable here. I have stopped
Oh,
birth.
by me, yeah.
Yeah, I have stopped birth. Key is acceptable. My births are stopped. My births are stopped. That's okay. So the carving has a key. Genitive, possessive. My births are stopped.
Okay.
It would have been more comfortable for me if it were instrumental and someone messed with the block.
Yeah. I
There's
see.
an obvious gap in the block.
But that would, if it was instrumental. That
If it's locative with me, that's okay too. But it's not that great.
births of myself.
But it isn't even in the carving. The R isn't even in the carving. It's some kind of typo.
Yeah.
Or they were using a different edition.
The instrumental would go along with what they were quoting Buddha as having said before.
That the instrumental would be most comfortable, as I pointed out here. Would have been nice. I have stopped birth
Okay.
because it also fits the Tengyur,
Yeah.
which is to say
The
what?
guy's still there saying.
Yeah. If you don't got a mind,
How are you going to say
how are
this?
you gonna think to yourself, I did it?
Yeah.
That's the point of this sentence. Okay?
Yeah.
Chitargyur. Kangyemba.
Who's
That state of mind, this Kang means the Shepa.
Oh. What state?
That state of mind, Chitargyur.
How's it even going to come to be?
And then he says, our Rangluk after Te. It would be incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay?
yeah.
Because also, it would have, that thought would have come up of its own accord, in and of itself. And then he goes back to our samsara direct perception thing.
Why would the thought have come up in and of itself?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Or the birth would have been by itself, but I think it's the
No
thought.
mind to think it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it would have been a thought that, without a mind,
something like
without
that.
a person to think it.
Yeah, and then, okay, yeah, I mean, you gotta sit with that. It's Gyalta just showing off.
This is the acid trip.
I don't know why I have to see it. But then, this is the easy part. Let's go there.
Okay.
Then,
Otangala.
if you
agree
say
with that.
he disappeared,
You are
if you say he had no state of mind that thought I did it,
you're contradicting scripture.
which is,
Shariputra's.
yeah, and it comes later.
Okay.
Okay.
So that you cut that from a later part when you showed it to us last class, right?
He comes to it.
Yeah. So that's what
He's
I mean.
gonna come to it.
We didn't.
It'd be nice if he came to it in this term, but we're running out of time.
Okay, I'll read that.
9 minutes.
Teryang rangiteni ki keme tu kelempe do tangelwame to.
Translate.
The middle wayers at that time, young. Even the practitioners of the middle way would say there is no thought that could just come out of nowhere. Todang Kelwe Meido, and they would not be contradicting that sutra.
Yeah, which I take to mean we don't contradict the sutra because we interpret nirvana as just seeing that thought couldn't come up in and of itself or something like that.
Because we interpret nirvana as being?
The thought not coming up in and of itself, meaning understanding samsara.
Oh, wow.
Korwa
that's a
Yunsu
stretch.
Shepa. I mean, you could go there.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, so if we, yeah, Keme, we describe the Gokpa, the cessation, as the no longer growing of thoughts that come in and of themselves.
Wow.
Okay, so we don't contradict the sutra.
Whoa.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. And I'll tell you, it may be significant that he has referred to Shariputra. Where did he refer to Shariputra?
At the beginning.
As the Arya,
Not the,
Yeah.
not the Arhat.
Right.
It may be a dig at the other guy.
Because
Because it's a high
there's well,
school
because
area.
or because he's saying this is by our definition.
Yeah, by our definition,
Yeah.
he reached
In
nirvana.
Yeah.
but he's just an Arya.
Yeah.
Okay, got it?
Yeah. By your definition, you reach nirvana.
But it may be a dig at the other guy that he says Pakpa Sharimpu
Okay.
instead of Drachomba Sharimpu.
Uh-huh.
When in the Diamond Cutter Sutra himself, Shariputra describes himself as an Arhat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. In the Diamond Cutter.
Back when I achieved Arhat.
Sorry, that's Subhuti, right?
I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, it would have been cute. Okay.
Sorry, Puto Sabuti.
Now, go ahead.
Shik Chepa Te Chita Bu Shepe Ngyortana Do Tikna La Suno. Why the spelling of Shik?
Yeah, this Sheik with B.
Isn't that destructive?
With B in front of it, okay. Whose translation are you quoting? This other guy. It's a Shenlu. Jitabu Shepigyo.
Oh, wow.
What translation gave it that way?
Ah,
And he says, I'm following the spelling of the sutra. Sikna means wording. Okay?
that was right.
Sungo. I choose to follow the reading of the sutra. Now we go back to Bashik. Here's the verse.
Oh, so when they're saying sutra here, they're referring to Nagarjuna
No.
Well, see here. Here's Gyaltsabje's spelling,
and Nagarjuna,
and here's the Tengyur.
right? So they're referring to this. They're using the word sutra to refer to Nagarjuna.
No.
Isn't
That could be. That could be. That's a smart idea. That's a smart idea. By the way, I checked the Kangyur. Bashik doesn't occur in the Kangyur.
interesting?
In the whole Kangyur.
Uh-huh.
Okay? In 10,000 pages.
So you're just looking for
In
it
100,000
somewhere in the sutra. Yeah.
So if you say, sometimes, rarely, Nagarjuna's wisdom is called the sutra. But
I mean, it doesn't make
Signa means, the literal, the ancient spelling or something.
But I guess it wouldn't make sense because Nagarjuna is a middle way godfather, and he'd be proving to the lower schools, so he'd be running.
Check Basung in the Kangyur. I don't think it occurs. And Gyaltsabje is justifying keeping it.
Yeah.
He mentions it. The meaning is clear in any case, which has already fallen apart, which is already njik, which has already njik, a body and mind which is already njik.
It's already gone. I'm just kind of confused, Geshe-la. If it's not Nagarjuna that they're talking about, the only place we've seen Bashik here is in Nagarjuna. So who are they talking about when they say whose translation it is?
He's got to be saying, look, I'm using an ancient sutra spelling.
Right.
Now, in the present Kangyur, they don't use that spelling.
Okay.
Okay.
It exists.
It doesn't exist,
40.
but it's not misspelled.
I mean, Lama, now we're beyond my capacity, but there are 40 of them.
It's above your pay grade.
As opposed to 12.
We'll do it one more time.
Uh,
Let me see the next hit in the Kangyur.
there are 40 in the Kangyur.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
12
No, he is following sutra.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, he is following sutra.
Where's only 12 in the Tengyur? Which
Oh yeah, I said 35 in the Kangyur. All the ones in the Sumbum are eras for Washik that I could find.
Wabashi?
Oh, in this.
Washik, like a final wa of the word before.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
word before.
yeah. Check them.
Well, I mean, this
This is
Tengyur.
Yun Ring Washik.
Uh-huh.
You see, a long time. Chima, that's a Bashik. Yeah.
Okay, and that's
Go again. That's
got to be right.
a Bashik.
Yeah.
This is Rung
Rung
Washik.
Washik.
You see, so half of them are wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I believe he is correct in saying this is the spelling from the ancient times.
Yeah.
That's all. He's just trying to say I'm not stupid. And that's when I went back and decided to keep his translation.
Yeah.
We had an agreement, and I had to go back and put them all back in. Took me like a day, Okay, all right. Yeah. You ready?
Or any of us.
Yeah.
I'll do that nonsense.
Go ahead.
That important stuff.
Go ahead.
Where are we?
Here.
Nipala, Flakchemi Tepa Tang, Flakmemi Tepa Ni.
Yeah, here's a sentence we can understand.
Too much.
And we're in the expanded explanation of why, in the other guy's system, achieving nirvana would be impossible.
Yeah.
And we split it into two,
Uh-huh.
which is
Nirvana with remainder and Nirvana without
Yeah,
remainder.
those two would be
Why it's
impossible.
incorrect to have
Yeah.
each of those.
Okay, here we go to the first one.
당분이 케와 세토 셰바니
Yeah.
마옹 베 케와니 짬미 조르와라 콤파이 기 탄탈 기 풍포미 케와라 주바 마이노 셰나.
Yeah, this is okay. Damoni, here's the first one. Kiewa sedo. When you say the births are finished, the birth is finished.
Say the births are finished.
Okay. This is the other guy, okay, Shina.
Yeah.
This is the other guy.
마옹 베 케와
The what's intended to say, Gongba. What is intended to say, go backwards.
Oh my God.
What it intends to say is that you will no longer Ning Samjor.
Be able to.
Ning Samjor.
I know it's an idiom that we learned.
Do some joy?
Ning Samjor.
We
Oh,
learned it.
to cross the line.
Yeah, okay. When they say no more birth,
Yeah.
okay? Well, no, sorry. When they say birth is finished,
Yeah.
they are referring to future births.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not referring to the non-self-existent arising of the current heaps.
Yeah. This is Shenloop saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't give me this to see samsara as nirvana thing.
Yeah.
When it says starting is finished, they're not talking about Nagarjuna first verse starting,
Yeah.
that they don't start from their own side. That's not what they're talking about. It's literally, they're talking about future
Yeah.
births.
Aren't going to start again.
Ning Samjora, and he nails it down with an indisputable, what do you call it? Unambiguous word for taking birth, Ning Samjora. Make crossing the line into a new birth.
Got it.
This, you have finished, birth has been finished.
Yeah.
Right.
Starting is finished.
Right.
So we're starting.
Doesn't
topic.
mean
Right.
self-existent starting is canceled.
It just means
Right.
your next life isn't.
Yeah, it refers to your next life.
Yeah.
Actually does clarify our mess above a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It is not, here we go. It is not meant to refer to
Right.
the non-self-existent
Of the heaps.
starting of your current heaps.
Tanda. Keep.
Tata ki kondo. It doesn't mean that, he says.
Tata.
Okay, when you describe nirvana as not starting,
Yeah.
it's talking about starting again next life.
Yeah.
It's not talking about your own heaps not starting from their own side today. Okay? Which is not a bad,
Yeah. Which is quite.
that's how 90% of people understand nirvana, right?
And then rather than
Right. We're out of
answering
time.
that again, he's
Yeah,
going to
we're
let
over time.
Nagarjuna answer it.
Yeah, by the way, we're supposed to be blocking the idea of lakche.
Yeah.
We still have something left,
Sure.
okay?
Of course.
Okay.
All right. That's time, Dev.
If it were that way,
Tayyina.
then lakche would still be incorrect.
Yeah. And then
Nirvana with remainder, in that context, nekabdena, it's still impossible.
And it's about to say how or
Yeah.
why.
or not,
Yeah.
or he just kind of is explaining
Or is
what
it going
Arya
on?
Nagarjuna meant in that previous
Right.
verse.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, that this is Arya Nagarjuna's complaint based on their position.
Would still be impossible.
Yeah, then it's impossible because you ain't got no body according to them. So how
Right,
can you
right,
be a
right.
block check?
So to summarize,
Yeah.
Nagarjuna said, Nirvana is seeing the emptiness of yourself.
Yeah.
And then the other guy said, no. Nirvana is when you blink out.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now he said, look, no more starting means no more future births. You blinked out. And we say, no. No more starting means
No kidding.
Right.
instant by instant,
No more starting means
your
no more
body is
thinking
not
you're starting.
starting from its own side.
Right.
It's starting from your seats.
Yeah.
Okay, got it?
Yep. As much as I can.
Okay, oh, money, baby. Good luck. Better you than me.
Sashi.
Shibugi Jushimeto Chahari Ramlingshi Nindegen Pani Sangye Shingdu Patayami
Kewa
Diheo Kun Sanamyeshe So Shin Sanamyeshe Le Chue Dabakuni Tobar Shogi Shogi.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Whoa.
Thanks for struggling. through this.
Hiya.
Thanks for-
You know, sometimes you just gotta sit with the text for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you wake up and you say, oh, obviously